Okay, so from here we're starting with a new chapter supply. We have seen demand entirely, consumers equilibrium, that is ordinal approach and cardinal approach is also part of demand, right? Because based on one's utility out of commodities only, he or she purchases number of units of that commodity. So ordinal utility, cardinal utility, that actually relates to demand, correct?
Yes, yes.
Like here, since consumer's equilibrium point is 7 units of commodity A and 12 units of commodity B, these many units of A and B only he will demand. Have you got this?
Yes, yes.
Okay, next chapter is supply. Supply means the number of units of a commodity brought by producer or a supplier in the market for sale. Supply is the number of units of a commodity brought by a producer or supplier or seller in a market for sale. So supply is a quantitative phenomena, like we had demand, like demand. Means when we express supply, we express it in quantitative terms and not in monetary terms. So whatsoever number of units of a commodity a supplier brings in market for sale, that is called supply. Note that supply is not equal to sale. Supply is not equal to sale. Whatsoever units he brings in the market for sale may not get sold. For example, a supplier brought 150 ice cream in a market for sale on a particular day. However, on that day, he could sell only 123 ice creams. So here's his supply is 150, but sale is only 123. His supply for that day was 150, but sale was only 123. Am I clear?
Yes, yes.
Good. Supply of a commodity is arranged by producers, its producers, sellers, or suppliers. Correct?
Yes, yes.
Good. Okay. Next thing is stock. There are two different terms. One is supply, other is stock. Stock is the number of units of a commodity ready and available with a supplier for sale. So what is stock? Number of units of a commodity which is ready and available with a supplier for sale is stock. Out of the stock of a commodity, the supplier may bring only few and not all in the market for sale. Suppose a supplier has 500 shirts ready for sale, out of which he brings only 300 shirts for sale in the market. Here, the stock is 500 shirts and supply is 300 shirts. That is, supply is part of stock. He had 500 shirts ready for sale, but out of that, he has brought only 300 shirts for sale in the market. So his stock is 500 and his supply is only 300. Means supply is part of stock. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. Next is supply function. Next title is supply function. But first you note down this thing, this much, and then we go ahead, Adya. When you note it down, be mindful so that you could understand it also while noting it down, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. We saw demand function earlier, Adya, in the in demand chapter. The same way we have supply function. So it is used by suppliers or producers to know supply of a commodity in a particular market. And it is of two types. Like in demand, we saw individual demand function and market demand function. The same way here we have individual supply function and market supply function, right? Individual supply function is used to determine supply of a commodity by a particular supplier in a market. Or by not particular, but by an individual supplier. Arithmetically, it is expressed as Sx, that is supply of commodity X, is a function of Px, that is price of X, PR, that is prices of related goods, CF, that is cost of factors of production, T, that is state of technology, and SE, that is suppliers' expectations about future prices of the commodity. So here SX is quantity supplied of the main commodity or of the commodity X whose supply is to be determined. So here we are trying to determine supply of which commodity X. We will talk about PX later. Uh, Supply function is a function of, or it is a relationship of quantity supplied of a commodity with the supply or with its supply determinants. Supply determinants are those factors that affect supply of a commodity. The function is of two types. So in supply function, we actually see relationship of quantity supplied of a commodity with its supply determinants. So these are supply determinants. Am I clear? Means these determinants or these factors affect supply of X. Are you understanding this, Adya?
Yes.
So about PX we will talk later. First we start with PR. This is prices of related goods. Now do you remember what are related goods in case of demand? What are related goods? As far as demand is concerned, not supply.
Sure,
Um,
the substitute
Substitutes
and complementary goods.
and complementary goods. Very right. Here we have only substitute goods, but not with the same meaning of substitutes which we learnt in demand chapter. That is prices of substitute goods. Substitute goods are those substitute goods of a commodity are those which can be produced or supplied using the same resources which are used to produce or supply the commodity. So by using the resources, you are making X. You are making commodity X. Using the same resources, if you can make any other commodity, then those other commodities are substitutes of X. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
For example, a producer of samosas can make aloo vadas using the same resources with which he produces samosas. So for him, samosas and aloo vadas are substitutes. Am I clear?
Yes.
He does not need any extra resource to make aloo vadas. By using the absolutely same resources with which he makes samosas, he can make aloo vadas. So for him, these two commodities are substitutes. Right? Now, how does price of substitute affect demand of main commodity? So when prices of substitute rises, supply of main commodity falls. It has inverse relationship. So when prices of aloo vada rises in the market, this producer will increase production of samosas and will increase production of aloo vadas because prices of aloo vadas have increased. Am I clear?
Yes. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, but if the prices of aloo vadas rise, then the consumers will go to the samosas, na?
No, no, we are not talking about consumer. See, when in microeconomics, what happens when we study supply, we only talk of supply. We do not talk of demand. Again, even though your question is very valid, but you will understand it little later when we go ahead with some other chapters. See, prices are increasing of what aloo vadas. It means there is demand of aloo vada. That is why its prices are rising. Had there not been demand, aloo vada's prices would not have increased. Are you understanding? So this is how it is connected. So this part, the price, demand, and supply, all these three we will study together in one another chapter. That is market equilibrium. But yeah, as of now, I have given answer of your question. Prices of aloo vadas are increasing. It means its demand is increasing. Am I clear now?
Yes.
It is so because when price of substitute rises, its profit margin increases. Profit margin from it to its producer increases. For higher profits, he increases production, that is, supply of the substitutes, right? Assume that price of samosa and aloo vada is same rupees 10 per unit. Production cost of production of the two commodities is also same, that is rupees 8 per unit. This way, profit margin per unit of samosa or aloo vada to its producer is rupees 2. Correct? This is the selling price. This is the cost. So profit margin is rupees 2. Later price of aloo vada rises to rupees 12 per unit. With this, profit margin from each unit of aloo vada also rises to rupees 4 per unit. And this is the reason why producers of samosas will decrease production of samosas and increase production of aloo vadas. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So why he needs to decrease production of samosas? Because the producer has limited resource. With limited resources, he cannot make both samosas and aloo vadas. So if he wants to increase or if he wants to at all start production of aloo vada, he has to decrease production of samosas. And that is why price of aloo vada and supply of samosa are inversely related. When price of aloo vada rises, supply of samosas falls. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have already noted down everything till here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Start noting it down from here.
10 लाख की तो अपन अमाउंट सीधा 10 लाख की लेंगे.
How much is left out of this? Adya?
Done, sir.
Okay, complete this also, and that's it for today. We will continue from here in our next class, right?
Yes,
Adya, have you completed this?
yes, sir.
Okay, so that's it for today, Adya, right?